Losing weight is a New Year's resolution for most of us, but by now, about 50% of us have given up. So this morning, Dr. Matthew Holten of Holten Wellness Center is here to get us back on track and tells us what we need to do to keep that weight off. Dr. Holten, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I guess this is give up time, isn't it? You got once January ends, then the Super Bowl, and then Valentine's Day, and then people are dropping off like flies, right?
That's right. So many things life throws at us that makes it tough, and we celebrate in this country with food, unfortunately, in most cases, so it's tough.
Before we get to the specific advice you have on the different things that we can do, how do you get by those moments, like a Super Bowl party or a picnic on a Saturday afternoon, something like that?
Lots of things you can try. One of the rules that we teach our wellness clients is fresh fiber first. So having some kind of fiber, salad, celery sticks, something like that if you're eating chicken wings, just to kind of get some fiber in your stomach. That way you're not as hungry and everything else is going to absorb a little bit better.
Little trick, yeah, fill yourself up first.
There you go.
Okay, three things very specifically. You have eat differently, move differently, and think differently. I like that.
That's right.
Eat differently is kind of what you just touched on.
That's right. And one of the main things that we want people to know, an easy thing to focus on there is we really found that sugar is what's making people fat. So the research is saying that it's not fat that's making people fat, it's sugar. So we try to really help people avoid sugar. Sugar is the culprit. We're eating 10 times more now than we were 50 years ago. Sugar, if you're still doing sodas, if you're still doing fruit juices, that's one of the first things you need to start avoiding.
My rule of thumb is if you really like something that probably has a lot of sugar in it, even like breads and some of the carbs out there, that probably has a lot of sugar in it.
Very good, that's right.
Also, move differently,
differently.
Exercise in a different manner than you're used to.
That's right. Yeah. So if you're still one of those people who's getting on a treadmill, elliptical, and just kind of going at a moderate pace for 30 or 60 minutes, I've got good news for you. You can save a lot of time. If you do what's called high intensity interval training, that means still getting on that same piece of equipment, but going high intensity for a minute, low intensity for 30 seconds, high intensity. It's 6 to 9 times more effective. In other words, in 20 minutes of high intensity, you can get more benefit than sitting on a treadmill for an hour at a moderate pace.
And all those things fall under the umbrella of just thinking differently. And if you did screw up out there and you just, kind of lost the diet for a day or two, get right back on it. Doesn't mean it's done. So thank you, Dr.
That's
Holten.
right. Thanks, Mike.
Great advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. The New Year's resolutions are still in effect for most of you. For more on Holten Wellness Center, just go to fox45now.com. Click on Fox 45 in the morning. Once again, thanks. Great advice.